Well, my name's Evelyn, Evie for short. I'm 24 years old, and when I first came out as transgender, I was working for a global tech consulting firm. Well, I was fortunate enough to be working with a close friend. We'd lived together previously, and although she didn't work with me directly, she was within the company. So when I decided that I wanted to publicly transition, I reached out to her. I was a bit terrifying, but I told her plans, told her that I felt I needed to do this quickly, that I wasn't prepared to wait or hide any longer. With my permission, she reached out to the head of the LGBT ally program within my work, and they pretty much set it in motion, which was great. Well, we didn't necessarily have a process to start with. I was the first person, at least within Australia, to come out as transgender within the company. When I did decide to transition within the workforce, the head of the LGBT ally program brought in a boutique firm that consults on LGBT issues. With their help, they began constructing a plan of how I would come out within the workforce. I basically took about 2 weeks off of work. They brought in someone to educate our team members and managers, construct an email, which they ran all the little bits by me and sent it to the client. And then I guess when I came out, it was like I flipped the switch. No. I think HR did what HR does at every company, and when they see something that they haven't seen before, they kind of put their foot to the brakes. So they asked me if I could wait 2 weeks while they thought about things and figured things out, which I wasn't prepared to do. You know, just keep on working, pretending like it was business as usual. Fortunately for me, I had a really great managing director who stepped in and kept it rolling, which is great. Yeah, my managers were really supportive. I think they were just a bit confused or perplexed. I think they were amazing. They were very supportive. The only thing that they kind of struggled with was the name, which is a bit annoying, but otherwise, pretty tough. Not particularly. I think everyone was pretty good. It was something that I was really concerned about when I was coming out at work. We had a lot of middle-aged, married, religious people within my team, but I really actually found everyone was supportive. In fact, it was really cemented when one of my coworkers, who went for prayer twice a day, pulled me aside, gave me his number, and said if I was ever upset or just needed someone to talk to, that he'd be there for me. And that was really amazing. There was one instant, my last day at the company, where someone gave me a Church of Jesus Christ, Save Your Soul kind of pamphlet. That was frustrating, but fortunately just a once-off instant. The timeline was a 2-week period, which I took from work. We took me out, construction and emails sent to the clients, got in touch with them, let them know what was happening, brought in someone to educate my team on LGBT, particularly T issues, told everyone of my intent, and after those 2 weeks, when I came back, it was pretty much like I'd flipped the switch, which was good. It was an issue. We didn't have any rules relating to the bathroom, and so when I asked, they were just like, well, can you use the disabled bathrooms? Which, conveniently, they were there. That was an option, which I appreciated. However, I did find that rather distressing to effectively just be told no, because when people don't know what to do, they tend to do what they think is the safest option, which when you're dealing with minorities, I guess, can often be offensive because not much thought is put into it. I have moved on for now. I decided to move across the country and get a fresh start, taking a break from my consulting work. I'm currently working as a bartender, which is just, the pay is awful, but it's giving me a really good opportunity to explore myself and really process everything, which is good and healthy. I'm great. Life has never been better for me. I recently came out as gender fluid as well, which isn't affecting my transition, which I'm still doing. But things have been really good. I would say if you're fortunate enough to have an LGBT ally program or any LGBT network at all, start by reaching out to them. That made such a difference for me. I think the biggest thing that helped me transition was the company culture and code of conduct that we had. I think these things give people guidance on how to act when they're unsure, and that protects transgender people just as much as it protects LGBT people in general, people from racial minorities and religious minorities. And I think that these should be spread, and it should be a much more common thing than it is. If there is no LGBT ally network that is at your workforce, reach out to one that isn't within your workforce. These networks create such a supportive atmosphere for you and will give you the kind of information that you need to live your life. And if there isn't one at your workforce, why not put your hand up and make one? Because you might be the person that gives someone in the closet the courage to come out and change their lives. Thanks for listening. Once again, my name's Evie, and it's been a pleasure.